Alright, Clint, it's Jody. Here's your bike. Do a little walk around with you and go over some stuff to make things a little bit easier for you. I just put a spit shine on it, so she's looking pretty damn good right about now. That's the left side, obviously. That's the front of the bike. I'm going to take that sticker off for you. I'll let you take it off. This is just showing that it recently passed tech inspection from just a couple of days ago, so she's good to go as far as tech is concerned. On the tires, Dunlop qualifiers, as you can see here, got plenty of tread left in these bad boys. I think you're going to probably get at least 5 or so days out of the tires. I like qualifiers only because they last forever, and I'm not good enough to need anything faster. As you can see, these are really, really deep in here, so you got plenty of tread. On the outside, left you a little bit of chicken strip there, and on the left side, not so much. I pretty much took it down to the end. So, plenty of time on the tires. I just set the chain up, make sure that was in spec. That should touch the swing arm, which it does. Pit bull stand and the spoils are going to be in here, and as you can see, it's wired for tech inspection all the way up through Nesba A is the wiring on it. I'll show you over here. Oil cap, that was just changed and safety wired, as we said before. So here are the rear sets. They're fully adjustable. I'm about as up and as far back as I can tolerate. You're not going to use your rear brake much anyway, at least on the track, but at least it's a good place to set the balls of your feet. Power commander's under the seat, which is good. Instrument cluster. This is all strapped down. It's got plenty of brake fluid in it. CRG, short levers, as we discussed. I've got these set pretty far out. You might have smaller hands than me, so I'll set them for the middle setting. And like so on the clutch. What you definitely want to do when you get the bike, you know, obviously this has a snap back for tech. It does just fine. These have a tendency to slide off. I don't like mounting these things, you know, gluing them down, because it's a good indicator for me. If I'm running the bike or grabbing the bars too hard, these will slide down about 1/4 of an inch or so, and that's just kind of my indicator. So they are on there about 80% down, but that's just the way I like them. You may make an adjustment if you want to the clip-ons. Gear indicator, everything is right here. I'm going to start the bike up for you. When you do start the bike up, you have to fool the bike, because it's got an aftermarket clutch, to think that the clutch is engaged. So I pop it on here. There's a little switch here. Push this button on. Let me get down here so you can see it. This is the off position. Switch it on. Turn the power on the bike. See, it comes up in neutral. Gear is 0. Push the button to start. Sorry, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. And she fires right up. A little bit loud. That's the Yost exhaust making its music. But sorry, man, it's loud as hell. And then once you get the bike started up, flip the switch back on to off, just so you don't forget about it. Doesn't make any difference to the way the bike handles, but make sure you got the thing switched to off. Over here on the left-hand side, with regard to the way the bike runs, the fan is disconnected. Very, very, very important. Racers don't run fans. So if you want to reconnect the fan, you can do it. I leave it disconnected, but what that means, if you're sitting in the paddock and you got the bike running and the temperature gets above 200, shut the bike off. So sometimes I'll go out and line up to get ready to start, and you know, they'll be waiting 5 minutes or so. Definitely don't let the bike run for that long without, you know, moving, because you want some air circulating through the radiator. So if it gets above 200, turn the bike off and then turn it back on when you're ready to ride. But don't let it just sit in the paddock and run, because it will overheat. So anyhow, that's the most critically important thing to know about the bike. But aftermarket fairing stay is here, which is good. These are zip tied down, so that way if you ever went down and crashed, these things just break off and it doesn't destroy your gauges and everything else. You can zip tie them back on. You won't crash though, I'm sure. There's a steering damper. That's down in there. What else did I want to go over with this monster on you? Obviously it's keyless, so you don't need a key to start it. The gas gauge is keyless as well. I tighten this down pretty hard. Just take a pair of pliers and open it up. I did just fill it full of fuel. You want to bring at least 2.5 or 5 gallons with you for the day if you're going to run all day, because you're going to go through more than a tank of gas. Runs great on pump gas. It's not mapped for race fuel. If you want to do that, you can change it. I think it's a waste of money, quite frankly, because race fuel is about 20 bucks a gallon. But she runs like a monster without it. Here's the Penske triple clicker. This is obviously set way, way down for a larger guy. There's a set screw that's back here, and you put a steel dowel in here and just turn this thing out a couple of turns. Make an adjustment if you care to yourself. I would spend the 50 bucks to have a suspension guru set the sag and adjust the suspension and the valves and everything for you, for your size and weight. It's worth it, especially if you're going to advance up into intermediate and advanced and all that good stuff. Talked about the tires, 30 and 30 on the air pressure. I wouldn't do any more than that. It's going to be warm where you are, so you could probably get away with 28, but I wouldn't do any more than 30. That's where I typically set mine. So other than that, there's no problems with the bike. Just make sure you got the clutch thing, makes sense to you. Don't leave the bike running for more than a few minutes. It's going to be hot, so if the thing gets above 200, just shut it off. It'll never get that hot while it's on the track moving, even at parade lap speed. It's never, ever been an issue, and it won't be for you. So that is it, my man. These are the Velcros for the lap timer, which, if I can find it, I'm going to throw it on here for you. Oh, it's upstairs on my desk. It needs a battery, but I'll put it on there when the bike ships. So brakes are good. Everything in here is, aftermarket, pretty heavy-duty, high-quality stuff. So you're going to have a blast. And if you have any questions, give me a buzz. Otherwise, enjoy your motorcycle. It needs nothing. You're going to go out and ride it and be tearing it up, I'm sure. I'm jealous, man. Road Atlanta. It's a good place to go out and pop your cherry for a race bike. That's for sure. So, hey, have a bunch of fun. And if you need me, you got my number. Thanks.